forth.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Smith, and I am doing a speech on the homeless. And I have 5 members here as witness to my speech: Joy, Reggie, Toya, Miss Cynthia, and Miss Merrily. Again, my speech is on the homeless and why we should help the homeless. Um, First and foremost, if you can sit back and think, a lot of people wonder why do we help these people that do nothing for themselves? Um, Imagine that it was one of your family members, somebody close to you, your parents, your grandparents, your children, um, one day your grandchild. Who knows? You would really hope that somebody would help them. I'm going to tell you a little story, and just close your eyes, everybody, close your eyes, and think about this. Imagine that you went shopping with your family. It is Christmas time. It's nice and cold outside. Everybody's got that Christmas spirit. It's Christmas Eve. You're coming out of the mall, and you happen to look to your side, and there is a probably about 70-year-old man sitting on the corner, sitting on a suitcase, um, looking like his world is ended. Tears just rolling down his eyes, crying. He has looked, he just looks terrible. He looks like there's nothing to live for. This little frail man, about 70 years old, and then you happen to glance to the back at your children. Everybody's happy. You have that Christmas spirit, and then you look back at this old man, and it could be your father or your grandfather. This is something that happened to me. You can open your eyes. This is something that definitely happened to me, and I couldn't even look up. This old man did not remind me of my grandfather, but it was definitely something that made me sit and think, I can't believe no one has noticed this man sitting here crying. He was in a suit. He was sitting on a suitcase, looking like he had somewhere to go, but he had nowhere to go. He was homeless, sitting there. Frail, weak. He just looked like he was just bones sitting there, and it's just terrible to see people pass by and not pay any notice to the homeless. Um, According to the Department of Children and Families, on any given day, there's approximately 9,000 people roaming around here in Florida that are homeless. There's people living in tent cities, all ages. Could be infants, could be children. The whole entire family is just living in tents. They have nowhere to go. Their homes have been foreclosed on. They've been kicked out of their apartments simply because they didn't have the money to pay. Shelters are full here in Florida. It has nothing to do with your color of your skin, how much money you made at one point. Even educated people become homeless. They make choices in their life that happen to be the wrong choice, and they end up on the streets. They don't know to pay their rent or buy groceries or buy medication that's needed for the family. Um, Obviously, if you need medication to live, you're going to choose your medication. You're going to choose your food to feed your babies that are crying because they're hungry, and you might skip out on rent. Well, after a couple of months of that, obviously you're not going to have a place to live. So there are people that become homeless for many different reasons. Um, just think back, if you see anybody coming out, when you're McDonald's, um, you see somebody asking for money. There's plenty of people all around you always asking for money at the gas stations, at the grocery stores. Everybody wants money. And I hear quite a bit, you don't know what they're going to do with that money if you give it to them. They're going to buy cigarettes, they're going to buy alcohol, they're going to buy drugs. My thinking is I definitely try to give them $3 to $4. And I think even if on the dollar menu you can get something, or maybe a cup of water, or if I have a bottle of soda or something with me, I definitely try to give them something. And when I don't, I definitely feel guilty. I know I shouldn't. I do what I can. But I always imagine back to that could be my child. That could be my parent. You know, my daughter off in college, I think about her. What if something ever happened that she couldn't get in contact with me? I hope somebody would help her. There are many people that end up homeless and they're lying down and they die on the spot. People continually just walk by them without a second thought because why? They think they're just homeless people sleeping on the side of the road or in the grass by the park, and when in fact they're dead. So that's definitely something to think about the next time you see somebody lying out, outside. Um, One myth fact, as far as the homeless go, like I said, educated people also become homeless. Um, it's not determined by your level of education. They are not lazy. There's different circumstances that come into factor when people become homeless. There's some people that are sick. There's some people mental illnesses, and there's some people that just happens to be the situation, or they're born into that life. You just never know. Um, there's a myth that, why can't they just get a job? They're too lazy. Well, that's not the case. If I go into McDonald's and I were homeless, I have an odor to me because I haven't bathed in a while. Do you think that manager's going to want to have me give me a job when in fact there's customers around? They're not going to want to see somebody dirty, smelly, not clean. Um, so using common sense, that is something that you would not do. But yes, there's benefits and there's assistance programs out there that people should try to apply for. But one fact about that, a lot of these people don't have access to computers. They don't have access to um, the services and things they need to do. If they do have it, there's a lot of DCF, for example, there's a lot of things that you do online. Doing things online is not easy for many people. The older you get, the harder it is to understand computers. Um, so what can we do with that situation? One idea, through research I have found, uh, get the community together, people that you know, people that you work with, churches, different organizations, and see if you can get a donated area, building, whatnot, for a short period of time, for the day, for the weekend, something like that, with all the people that are coming in. Bring their laptops, bring their portable items, and have these homeless people come in and help them with their paperwork, help them get their documentation that they need so that they can get those items submitted. That's one solution, not necessarily a solution, but that could be sort of a quick fix. That would definitely be something to look more into. Something that we could do now, something like myself, something immediately. Like I said, I do try to give something. I'm not going to ask everybody to give. Not everybody has the money to give. But if you do have that bottle of water sitting in your car and you do pass by a homeless person, that is a possibility. You can give them a bottle of water. You can give them $1 for a hamburger, things like that. If you happen to see they're sitting outside of McDonald's, those are different options. Um, as far as homeless in general, we definitely, as Bill, we need to open our eyes more to what's going on. Um, Stop ignoring people. They're people just like we are. They're somebody's parents or somebody's grandparents or somebody's children. And I think we need to treat everybody equally as humans. Um, that's how I see it and that's how I view it. And definitely I am trying to help by doing my part. Thank you very much.